am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM and online, Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, PTSD urges passengers to still wear face masks. Free kidney surgeries and premium care at Mount Hope Hospital. A Rima businessman killed over alleged land dispute, and internationally Sri Lanka crisis is a warning to other Asian nations, says the IMF. And now the news in detail. The Public Transport Service Corporation is urging passengers to still use face masks while on buses to prevent the spread of COVID-19. This following the removal of the mask mandate as of yesterday. In an update this morning, the company encouraged people to still wear their face mask in crowded transportation hubs and on buses. As of July 17th, 2022, which was yesterday, face masks are no longer mandatory. However, the mandate still applies to visits to health clinics, dental clinics, and hospitals. In other news, the Chief Executive Officer of the North Central Health Authority, Mr. Davlin Thomas, is reminding citizens that there is no cost to kidney surgeries and premium care is afforded to patients. He also said the National Organ Transplant Unit, which is located at Building 8 at the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex in Mount Hope, was in the process of building capacity and focused on offering patients premium care. In fact, Thomas reminded that the NCRHA also placed a newspaper ad indicating that kidney transplant procedures in Trinidad and Tobago are free of charge to citizens in the public healthcare system. Mr. Thomas says citizens have to be referred to a physician from the regional health authorities. An Arima man who was expecting his first child within the next 2 months was killed yesterday morning in what relatives claimed was a result of a family fight down. 32-year-old Luke Dalip Singh was shot once in the back of the head as he dealt with a customer at his wholesale business located at the corner of Cokereet Road and Quisnell Street, Arima. The murder took place just after 11 a.m. in front of Dalip Singh's wife, who is 7 months pregnant. Dalip Singh's brother, who lives next door to the business place, stood over his brother's body and shook his head sadly. The brother said Dalip Singh's business was shot up several weeks ago, but no one was injured. His brother said the deceased confided in him some time ago that a family dispute over land had him uneasy. Police are continuing investigations and looking into the land dispute as a possible motive for the killing. Internationally, Sri Lanka is in the midst of a deep and unprecedented economic crisis that has sparked huge protests and seen its president quit after fleeing the country. But other countries could be at risk of similar troubles, according to the head of the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. The managing director of the IMF says countries with high debt levels and limited policy space will face additional strains. Look no further than Sri Lanka as a warning sign, the director said on Saturday. She said developing nations had also been experiencing sustained capital outflows for 4 months in a row, putting their dreams of catching up with advanced economies at risk. Sri Lanka is struggling to pay for crucial imports like food, fuel, and medicine for its 22 million people as it battles a foreign exchange crisis. Inflation has soared about 50%, with food prices 80% higher than a year ago. The Sri Lankan rupee has slumped in value against the US dollar and other major global currencies this year. Many blame Sri Lanka's ex-president for mishandling the economy with disastrous policies whose impact was only exacerbated by the pandemic. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online, Facebook and YouTube. Recapping the headlines. PTSD urges passengers to still wear face masks. Free kidney surgeries and premium care at Mount Hope Hospital. A Rima businessman killed over alleged land dispute. And internationally, Sri Lanka crisis is a warning to other Asian nations, says the IMF. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas.
News from the street. 919fm.com.